Hello, I am Silencium, and today we are diving into Hunter x Hunter, focusing on the 2011 to 2014 television adaptation, while also looking back at the 1999 to 2001 series to explain what differs between them. The franchise is based on the manga by Yoshihiro Togashi, the same creator who made Yu Yu Hakusho, and you can feel his fingerprints everywhere in the way innocence and cruelty, playfulness and dread sit side by side. The 2011 anime was produced by Madhouse and aired in Japan from October 2nd, 2011 to September 24th, 2014 on Nippon TV. In the United States, it later ran on Adult Swim's Toonami block from 2016 to 2019, and it is circulated widely on major streaming platforms after that. This version totals 148 episodes and closely follows the manga through the election arc. Fans praise it for consistent production values and for finishing the Chimera Ant storyline that earlier versions never reached on TV. Season by season, or more accurately, arc by arc, the 2011 show opens with the Hunter exam. This is the series at its most deceptively simple, presenting a bright color palette and a brisk pace while quietly setting up Togashi's taste for rule sets, moral puzzles, and reversals. Positives include strong world building and the warm chemistry among Gon, Killua, Kurapika, and Leorio. A frequent critique is that Madhouse's early pacing is faster than some viewers prefer, especially if you are used to the slower burn of the 1999 show's first episodes. The Zoldyck family arc is short but important. It introduces the assassin clan that shaped Killua and adds texture to the friendship between Gon and Killua. The strengths here are atmosphere and character contrast, while the main negative is brevity. Some viewers wish this portion lingered longer to let the Zoldicks feel even more menacing. Heaven's Arena follows, where verbal strategy meets physical growth. Battles become puzzles. Nen is introduced as a rigorously defined power system, and the show's identity clicks into place. Many fans love how rules create suspense and how victories feel earned. A mild negative is that some fights hinge on narration to explain mechanics, which can briefly slow momentum for viewers who want pure visual storytelling. Yorknew City shifts tone into crime saga. Kurapika's revenge against the Phantom Troupe brings a moral ambiguity to the forefront. The positives are sharp plotting, a haunting score, and nuanced antagonists whose humanity complicates the usual heroes versus villains frame. The critique is that Gon and Killua spend stretches away from the emotional center, which is Kurapika's arc, so some audiences feel a split focus. Greed Island is a love letter to game design. Cards, conditions, and side quests blend with personal stakes, and the training is some of the most satisfying in the series. The upbeat adventure vibe returns, and the Nen system deepens. Negatives include occasional episodic detours and a lighter tone that, for some, feels like a step down in intensity after Yorknew's high drama. Then comes the Chimera Ant arc, often cited as one of the best storylines in modern shonen. This is Hunter x Hunter at its most philosophical and harrowing. Themes of evolution, empathy, and the cost of power are examined with unusual patience. The positives are too many to list, but highlights include Meruem's growth, Komugi's quiet bravery, Knuckle and Shoot's humility, and Netero's stark resolve. Critiques focus on the heavy use of a narrator during climactic episodes, and on tonal darkness that can be overwhelming. Yet even detractors admit the ambition is rare and the execution frequently brilliant. The election arc serves as a coda. Politics inside the Hunter Association run parallel to Gon and Killua's personal crossroads. Positives include character payoffs, especially for Leorio and certain Zodiacs, and a bittersweet maturity that reframes the journey. Negatives are mild, mostly that the stakes feel smaller after the apocalyptic Chimera Ant arc, which is understandable since this arc is about aftermath and choice rather than survival. Why do fans love the 2011 series? Consistent animation, a faithful through line to Togashi's text, and a willingness to interrogate shonen expectations. Why do some not love it? The early speed, the reliance on narration in places, and a sense of unfinished business because the manga remains ongoing, which leaves later manga arcs untouched. Now, how does the 2011 anime compare to the 1999 to 2001 version? The older series was produced by Nippon Animation and emphasized mood and shadow, with a slower pace and a grittier vibe early on. It adapted the story through Yorknew on TV and then continued Greed Island in a set of OVAs, but it never reached the Chimera Ant arc. The 2011 show, by contrast, starts brighter and cleaner with digital color, moves faster through the initial material, and presents Nen mechanics with greater clarity. The 1999 version is loved for its atmospheric lighting, extended character beats, and a brooding soundtrack that heightens danger. The 2011 version is loved for completeness through Chimera Ant and for consistently high production across 148 episodes. In short, the earlier anime feels like a moody character study that blooms slowly, while the later one feels like a cohesive, carefully engineered epic that fulfills Togashi's grander designs. It is also essential to note that Hunter x Hunter comes from Yoshihiro Togashi, the mind behind Yu Yu Hakusho. You can see the lineage in the moral complexity of villains, the respect for rules as dramatic engines, and the way friendships grow under pressure. Yet Hunter x Hunter pushes further into ethical gray zones, sometimes letting consequences cut deeper than typical genre peers. Taken together, the 2011 to 2014 adaptation stands as a rare mix of adventure, intellect, and heart. It is playful when it can be and devastating when it must be, and it leaves you with the impression that power is never free and kindness is never weak. If you are choosing an entry point, the 2011 series is the most complete single run, while the 1999 series offers a darker, slower lens on the same opening chapters. Both honor Togashi's vision, and together they show how different directing and pacing choices can shape the same story into distinct experiences. Thanks for watching. I was Silencium. If you enjoyed this deep dive, like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me which arc hit you the hardest.